Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Gut Check Time. I'm your host. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button if you like. If you'd like to see more of this content, it really helps out the channel, especially when you hit that like button. So please keep doing that. Today we're going to be talking about the NFL, give you preview predictions and more gambling picks. I missed last week in the NFL again, like I said in the college football playoff or preview prediction and gambling picks. I was sick, so I missed this week 3 in the NFL. But so far in week 1 and 2, I was 14, 17, and 1 and straight up, so not great. I'm usually better at that. I'm planning to get better. Hopefully I can. Gambling, 10 and 14. I had a better second week than I did first week. Hopefully this fourth week will be kind to me. Here we go. I'm going to start out with Philadelphia versus Green Bay tonight, 8:20 NBC. I'm taking Philly to win this game. I watched the Packers last week the whole game other than last 2 minutes. My Broncos played them, lost. We outplayed them that game. We did. We turned the ball over. We were able to move up and down the field, but we could not score. But we turned the ball over once we reached past the 50. Or it was either we drive a little bit, turn the ball over, or couldn't convert on a key third down, or some penalty happened, or as soon as we got it, we turned it over. I mean, there was 2 turnovers on the other side of the 50 that gave them 2 touchdowns just like that. They scored 17 points off 3 turnovers. That was the difference in the game. Philadelphia, to me, obviously has a better quarterback than my Denver Broncos and Carson Wentz. He hasn't played great so far this year. They also have a much better offensive line, and I think defense is pretty comparable. I know the Broncos defense is struggling to get sacks and turnovers right now, but it's still a good defense. They'll turn that around. I'm not too super worried about that as a Broncos fan. But I just expect Philly to win this game. I think it's a little bit of a must win. I wouldn't say it's a must win at this point. If they go 1-3, the NFC is not as good as we all thought it was. I still think you can make the wild card if you're Philadelphia. So I have them winning this game 26-20. So I'm taking Philly plus the 4 points, and I'm taking the under here of 47. Since 26-20, that's barely under though. Next up, we have Cleveland versus Baltimore. Cleveland's getting 7 points on the road, and the over 100 here is 45. When is this Cleveland offense going to get going? You have talent all over the place. Yes, their tackles are not good whatsoever. Their tackles are probably the weakest position group they have on the whole team. But you have Baker Mayfield at quarterback. Again, hasn't played great. I think he was a little bit overrated coming into the season. Do I think he's a top 10 quarterback? No. Do I think he's terrible? No. I think he'd be a 12 to 15 type of guy. And if a 12 to 15 type of guy has OBJ and Jarvis Landry, where you can get the ball out quick and get it into their hands and they can run into the open field, I think you have a really good shot to win a lot of games. And you have Nick Chubb. They need to hand the ball off more to him. I think they're only giving it to him around 12 times a game. What is that? Give him the ball 18 to 20 times. Let him go to work. He's a fantastic running back. I don't understand it. I am taking Cleveland to cover this. I'm taking Cleveland plus the 7, but I'm taking Baltimore to win this game 23-17. So take the under of 45 here and Cleveland plus 7. Oakland versus Indy. I'm picking this game because I think it's an easy pick. The line scares me, though, because I think this line should be bigger because Oakland's only getting 7 points on the road versus a really good Colts team. I don't know what kind of chicanery this is by Vegas, and I may get tricked into betting the Colts here, and I'm going to. There's no way they should only be eating 7 points here. This should be a 10 to 12 point spread, in my opinion. I'm taking the Colts here, though. I'm taking the Colts 34-20. I'm taking the Colts minus 7 points, and I'm taking the over a 45 here. I think that easily goes over. Even if Oakland doesn't score that many points, I think Indy can put up 40. I don't think Oakland's defense is very good. And Indy's Jacoby Brissett, like I said in my preview prediction video, they're still going to win 8 to 9 games. Andrew Luck's a good quarterback. He's overrated though. He's been overrated since he came out of college. He's not Peyton Manning. He's not Tom Brady. He's not John Elway. He's not Joe Montana. Whoever you want to throw out there. He's not an all-time great. Is he a good quarterback? Of course he is. But I'm taking the Colts minus 7 here, and I'm taking the over of 45 versus Oakland. Next up, we have I think I'm going to say it, the best game of the weekend, Kansas City versus Detroit. The reason I say that is Detroit's got a revamped secondary with Justin Coleman at nickel and Darius Slay obviously on the outside. This is a good team, especially defensively. Matthew Stafford's really all he has to do is be a game manager. I think if you score 24 points, you win most games with this defense. And I'm going to predict I'm going to win this game. Kansas City has to lose eventually. They're not going 16-0. Neither are the Patriots, contrary to popular belief on both those teams. I'm picking Detroit to win this game 31-20, so I'm taking Detroit the 6.5 points at home. I'm taking it. The over-under is 55. I'm taking the over of 55. I think it's going to be pretty high scoring. Because guess what? 30 points versus Patrick Mahomes isn't bad. He's going to put up points on everyone. You just need to slow him down. So like I said, I'm taking Detroit plus the 6.5 points and the over of 55. Dallas versus New Orleans would have been an exciting game if Drew Brees was in there. It would have changed the line a lot, but it wouldn't really change my mind on this game. I think Dallas is a really good football team. I had them winning 10 games. They're going to win more than that. That's because Dak Prescott's improved. Kellen Moore's now the offense coordinator. He's put a little bit more ocean, a little bit more nuance into this offense. I like it. I'm going to take Dallas to win this game 30-20. So that hits on the over of 47. So take the over of 47 and take Dallas minus 2.5 points. That's not enough. I don't know why that line isn't higher for them. I don't know why the Saints are only getting 2.5 points here. That should be more. I know they're at home, but Teddy Bridgewater is not scoring more than 3 touchdowns on this defense. That's not happening. So if you're Dallas, run the ball a lot. I wouldn't say try to be careful with the ball, because then you end up turning the ball over when you try to be too careful with it. So I guess run your normal offense, but I would feed Ezekiel Elliott and Pollard more at the running back position. I just feel like you need to run the ball a little bit more. Plays into the hands of your defense. Like I said, though, I'm taking Dallas minus 2.5, and I'm taking the over of 47. Next up, we have Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. I'm always going to do the Monday night game and the Sunday night, Sunday night game no matter what. Even if it's a bad game, I'm going to do gambling picks on it. A lot of us watch it. Most people, I would say, watch those games over any other game, even if they're bad. And this is a bad game. It sucks that it's on Monday night. It would have been a good game, and not even that. If Big Ben was in here, I still don't think it'd be a good game. I don't think these are two very good teams. I was totally wrong on Pittsburgh. They've disappointed me a lot so far. A little bit has to do with Big Ben being hurt, but I still don't think they were going to be as good as I had them going. I had them going 10-6. If Big Ben stays healthy, he'll probably win what I've seen 7-8 games. I have Pittsburgh winning this game, though, 20-17. Now, the Bengals are getting 4 points, and I do like that. Their offense has impressed me so far. Zach Taylor was a great hire. I wanted my Broncos to hire him. Vic Fangio was a good second choice, though. I still like him as a coach in the end. I don't think he's a great coach, but I don't think he's a bad coach. I think he'll get the job done for at least for a while. But Zach Taylor was a good hire. I like that hire. Their defense has been abysmal, though. Abysmal. I mean, what they give up 41 points to the 49ers, and the 49ers offense isn't great. It's okay, but it's not great. It's not the 2013 Broncos. It's just not. I'm taking Cincinnati plus the 4 points here, but I'm taking Pittsburgh to win this game 20-17. The over-under here is 43.5. I'm taking the under. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game because you have Mason Rudolph versus a bad defense, but the thing is I don't think he's going to be able to go deep on them. I just don't feel like that's going to happen. And the Bengals are offense is pretty good, but the Steelers defense is obviously pretty good. So like I said, I have the Bengals winning this, or the Bengals losing this game 2017, but I'm going to have them covering the 4 points. And then we're going to the other games. It's going to be pretty quick. Carolina versus Houston. I'm taking Houston. I think Deshaun's going to be taking off that Kyle Allen trophy this week. I don't think he's a great quarterback. He wasn't great in college. That's why he had to transfer. So I think Houston will be able to shut him down. I think Houston's going to win this game. I think Deshaun Watson's going to have a big day. So far, my MVP pick, I would say he's in the top 5. He's definitely not the MVP right now. Patrick Mahomes, again, would probably be the MVP. But I still got a shot on that, so hopefully that pans out. I'm taking Houston to win this game. Washington versus the Giants. I think Daniel Jones is the real deal. I think he's going to play well this week, but I'm just going to, again, these teams have to, no one's going 0-16. No one's going 16-0 this year. Well, I take that back. The Dolphins might go 0-16, but no one other than them would go 0-16. Washington will win 3 or 4 games. I'm taking Washington to beat the Giants, even if it is on the road. I'm just going to take it. Rams versus Miami. Chargers versus Miami. Sorry, it wouldn't matter. Either LA team. You could play the backups on the Chargers. They'd still beat Miami. Chargers beat Miami this week. New England versus Buffalo. New England is going to win this game easily. Tom Brady's won 30 games versus the Bills in his career. He's going to win 31 on Sunday. It's his God-given right to do that, apparently. Tennessee versus Atlanta. I'm taking Atlanta. And let me tell you, I'm off this bandwagon. You cannot lose this game. Tennessee's an average football team at best. Marcus Mariota is a joke at quarterback. If Atlanta loses this game, I don't care if they win out the rest of the season. I don't care if they shut everyone out the rest of the season. I'm off that bandwagon. I had Kansas City, Atlanta in the Super Bowl. You're gone. I don't give a crap. You better win this game and win it by at least a touchdown. especially at home. Tennessee's not a good football team. You better beat them or I'm off the bandwagon. I do have Atlanta winning that game, though. Tampa Bay versus the Rams. I'm taking the Rams. The Rams have looked like the best team in the NFC so far, along with the Cowboys. I'd say those are the two top teams right now in the NFC. I'm taking the Rams to win that game. Seattle versus Arizona. Again, one of these games Arizona's going to have to win, and I think this is one of them. I think Seattle's the most overrated 3-1 team right now. I don't think they're a great football team. Or no, they're 3-0. I don't think they're a great football team. I just don't. I think Russell Wilson's really good. I think that defense is average. And if you get pressure on him, which Chandler Jones might be able to do versus that god-awful offense line. I mean, the Bengals' defense is not good. And they had, I think, 5 or 6 sacks. I think they had 6 sacks on Russell Wilson. So I think Arizona will be able to get some pressure, especially they've looked better on defense this year under Vance Joseph. They haven't looked great, but they've looked better because they were terrible last year. But I'm going to take Arizona to win this game at home. Jacksonville versus Denver. I'm taking my Broncos. If Gardner Minshew beats us at home with the 2 edge rushers getting 0 sacks again, I'm done. I don't know how you can have 0 sacks. Well, I know how. They're not getting pressure because teams are getting out the ball quick, but you have to make adjustments on defense. They should be playing a lot more press coverage versus what the wide receivers. So at least you make it harder on guys and make the routes even a quarter second longer and allow Bradley Chubb and Von Miller because they're almost getting there. They're creating pressure. They're just not getting sacks. And that actually doesn't bother me as much. I need to see turnovers, and I would like to see the offensive line protect Joe Flacco, obviously, a little bit better. Garrett Bowles did have a bounce-back week. His issue isn't talent. His issue is consistency and footwork. He needs to get that down, and he'll be a decent left tackle. I'm taking Denver to win this game, especially Jalen Ramsey, the probably second-best defensive player Jacksonville has, won't be there. They're playing with a rookie quarterback. I'm taking Denver to win this game. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button. Thank you.